the back-to-back series of the FV match number 2. And this FV is absolutely a monster. Do not ever underestimate this thing. It is a great tank, something to play and enjoy. It is a gorgeous tank. So let's have it. Enjoy the show. My teammates and I decided to go to the far left of the map. While I'm waiting for myself to chug my heavy, happy butt over the hill, I'm going to go ahead and free scan these two, my teammates, KB and Benefit. Thank you two for helping me so much with the improvement of my tank and my gameplay, especially KB. Thank you very much for helping me with the strategy plays of my tank. If it wasn't for you, I never would have made it this far as to getting my tank together and playing this thing like the beast it is. And me, I play aggressive. I do not play around. It is time, and KB blocked my shot of a pretty good shot at the Sheridan. We'll see how it goes. And here comes the Sheridan, takes a shot at it. Kind of a mistake for the Sheridan's part. But that's okay. He took a good chunk out of me that time. But here it is. This is where it really counts. An ammo rack on the Mobat. There's a nice little bounce. Took a nice chunk out of that A1. Everybody started pushing onto us in that corner. Took a huge chunk of my HP out right there. A nice bounce. Taking a chunk out of him. Pushing into him, trying to get him to face me. Took a chunk out of me. Take the bounce. Took a chunk. Keep him facing me. There's another nice bounce. This thing is just an absolute monster. I can't believe how many people it took to finally kill me. A nice bounce from that missile. And I got 2v1 now. Took a bounce. Bounced off the back of my turret. Set him on fire. Bounce again from the A1. Bounce again off the 72. I needed to take one more bounce. There it is. There's the bounce. Took another bounce, and there goes the 72. Another bounce. And now I got my hall patch going. Finally got me. Took so much to get me down. So many enemy tanks right over here. Oh my god, the carnage. This tank, when used correctly, is absolutely a monster. It is not something to play with. When you're fighting it, if the player is really good, it is not something to joke around with. I could not believe I actually lived for so long. But and there it is, the win. And I was so proud of this tank and its performance. And also another MVP 3 kills, 7,200 damage. Gotta go see the stats screen, and I was absolutely amazed as to how much bounce I got this match. And for its having that spaced armor, I thought it was not going to show as much bounce as it did. But man, it really paid off getting that hauled down in. It just the angling, the haul down, it's just a monster. You just don't really not play it like it's supposed to be played. You just ride people's faces, especially tanks you know that have a really hard time penetrating you. The 72 for me is the one that has the hardest time of penetrating my tank, so I definitely face hug that a lot. I definitely like face hugging the 72. That is a tank that loves to get hugged. But yes, I'm very proud of this tank. It really showed me what it's capable of. It's beautiful. It plays so well. Look at that 5,300 bounce. It played exactly how it was designed and intended to be played. It did not let me down at all. Now, don't get me wrong, I know some of the enemies just were not exactly up to par. I'm pretty sure I should have died much quicker than what it put out, but my god, just so many 72s and Mobats just pushing so hard on me in the Sheridan. That that was something else. The Sheridan getting a nice chunk out of me, and that was only a 2. 5,300 bounce, 1,800 assists, 22 direct shots, 3 destroyed, and 7,200 damage. Jeez, this tank really knows how to put it in. I just, I'm blown. Track assistance is 900. It's an amazing tank, and it is the new season, so my mark of excellence is much lower than it was before, because I was very close to 2 marking it before the season ended, and now it's pretty much back to 50% I go. But man, this tank really proved its worth that match, putting all these enemies near me and just letting my teammates go to work, and me just pounding them. It was a great match for this FV. 2 great matches in a row with this beautiful tank. It's not to be underestimated. If you know how to use a heavy, it really plays the way it is meant to be played. A side scraper, angler hauled down. It's just a trap tank. Like that upper armor, the turret face armor. It's crazy. And I'm sorry, but I've got to show you guys this this tank and its armor. Um, this tank is just a beast. Look at that. Look at that. 300 at the very minimum. 300 millimeters of armor. And pretty much all around the turret is just a monster. Now, 100 millimeters into the driver hatch is preferably the best place to hit, but most people can't really hit it unless they're facing down into me. Now, if he was coming downhill hitting me, he would have penetrated me with no problem. Now, you see that yellow right there, and that is just nothing but spaced armor. It's just impossible to penetrate. I just, this tank is just pure evil. Look at, even in the back, it's got 100 millimeters of armor chilling underneath that spaced armor. This tank is just pure evil, and you got to hit it perfect, like just absolutely perfect to get it into the cupola. Um, cupola, cheese pizza. I keep saying that wrong. But so much armor, it's ridiculous. Even in the lower plate, this thing is just almost impenetrable. Now, obviously, in a Nerf match, this tank won't do too great, but I've done amazing in this tank. But yes, this is the tank to play if you're really into it. But here I am, Riot Fox, enjoying the FV. Please get the FV. It is absolutely worth it. Worth the gameplay, worth the gold, but I mean, I got it for free during the season. But still, and that one mark. This is Riot Fox signing off.